This conference will now be recorded.
If you want me to delete something, you have to request me. Otherwise, everything is going to be shared. Okay. Sometimes we do share these things with other trainees. Okay. Others is batches. So all of us are mature. We do sometimes talk personal things, but generally we restrict it to this one. Don't worry, if you want something to be deleted or something, you'll request me. If you don't want something to be recorded, please let me know. Okay. Whenever I ask question, you have every right to refuse to answer if you don't want to. And same way, if you ask me any question, if I don't want to answer, I'll politely say you I'll not answer. So today's session, let us go ahead and see what we are going to do. Okay. So first of all, some background. Why machine learning? So I'm working with a diamond company. And diamond company is headquartered in Bombay. And they have main operation in Surat. Okay. My friend is general manager of cost and finance. So I'm working with this company. What we are doing, this has several of pricing experts. These are pricing experts. So what do? They get the diamond, raw or finished. This company does procure raw diamonds. Am I audible? Is there
Yes.
any difference?
No, you're clear.
Yep. So raw diamond they procure and finished diamond they sell. So this diamond came and cut, color, clarity, table X, Y, Z, and so on. Many parameters are there. Around 30, 40 parameters are there. They feed into a tool. This tool gives them suggested price. Okay. Now suggested price, suppose $800. Now this expert has to decide whether 800 or something less or something more, depending on his own experience. And that is the role of pricing expert. What does he do? He puts the data of diamond or diamond batches. The tool suggests him how much to charge or how much to pay. And this pricing expert takes a subjective decision whether that price suggested by tool is good, bad, or ugly. Right? So what we are doing, the company came and asked, can you find out that these pricing experts are efficient or not? So basically they wanted to know, can we grade them based on their efficiency level? So what we had to do, we had huge amount of data which we got, and we started simulating. Let us assume that pricing experts are, I call E1 to E100. And I had data E1, E2, E1, E3, E2, and so on. Every batch. Tool suggested price, actual price. I got this data, right? And then we had to find out who was the most efficient. Are they working at same efficiency level or are they different? So what we started doing, we started simulating. What if E1 was not there? the overall yield will go down or go up. What if E2 was not there? What if E1 was replaced by E2? So typical statistical work, what you will do, you will remove those records, right?
Mm-hmm.
And leave rest of them, and then calculate average yield or so on and so forth. Everything is fought with them there. What you are doing, you are removing the information. We didn't do that. We trained our model to understand that how E1 takes decision. Okay, and we put this E1 pattern over all the diamonds which were dealt with, as if E1 was dealing with all the diamonds. Do you understand? We did not remove the data. What we did, we trained our model with the behavior pattern of expert 1. And then all diamond data, we told our machine to predict the value. Okay, as if E1 was doing. Similarly, we did for E1 to E100. Now you had a yardstick to compare that whose overall value was higher or lower. Did you understand what I did? We did not remove the data. So we had, say, cut and color, only 2 features, D1 and D2, D3 and D4, and expert. Say we had A, B, B, X, Y, Y, X, something like that. I'm giving random. E1, E1, E2, E2. Okay, what we did, we gave our machine learning model this data and trained it. Then I gave full data, this data, okay, and told price was also there as input. 5, 6, 500, 600, 700, 800, right? So we gave for training this D1, D2 diamond, which was dealt by E1, E2. And after that, we told that please predict the value of all these. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
This was similar to as if this was being dealt by E1, right? Because our machine learning model learned only from this. So it knows how to behave like E1. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we trained our machine learning model to behave like E1. And then we told it to price all the diamonds. So it will price like E1 prices, right? Are you
Okay.
getting it? Everybody, if you
How
ask me,
it price like E1 if the parameters are different, like if the cut and the color, that is different, right?
suppose
So,
you are a new pricing expert.
Mhm.
Okay, you are learning and you are given file of data of only E1. What you will learn? The way E1 prices the diamonds. Yes or no?
Yes, but if the parameters are changing, then how
Suppose Gyan is there,
intelligently?
Rajesh is there,
Mhm.
Siddharth is there, Siddharth and Siddharth, all are there, experts, right? And we have X parameter and Y parameter, whatever value, right?
Mhm.
Yes or
Yes.
no?
Yes.
So I put in wrong column, so I'm just trying to. So I have D1, D2, D3, D4, and so on, DN, right?
Okay.
And I have price, P1, P2, and so on, PN. Are we clear?
Yes.
So what happens now? You see all pricing experts are there. And expert is, let us assume, is Gyan, Rajesh, Gyan, Rajesh, Gyan, 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 Rajesh, Rajesh, and so on, right? Only two people, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
A new person comes, say Siddhant, and we want to train him. And I give him only Gyan's data. How will he behave? He will behave like Gyan or he will behave like Rajesh?
We have like Gyan only if providing Gyan's data.
Good. Now I give him all the diamonds without price. His pricing will be similar to Gyan's price or Rajesh's price.
It will depends upon the data.
Yeah, but what he learned.
So he
Siddhant,
will be simulating. He will be simulating, right?
he will be closer to Rajesh or Gyan.
So if we are providing all the data, it will be like closer to Gyan only because he have initially the expertise provided from Gyan, right?
Great. Now Siddharth comes, okay?
Mhm.
And I give him only Rajesh's data. What will happen?
So he will looks for closer to my data.
And I give both D1 to DN, both pricing. Now I say Siddharth and Siddhant. They give me PA1, PA2, and so on, PAN, PB1, PB2, and PBN. Anything. Whose behavior will reflect here? Gyan or Rajesh?
So first one is Gyan and second one is Rajesh.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I compare both of them, I can say, I can compare the performance of Gyan and Rajesh over all diamonds, not the diamonds which were dealt by Gyan or Rajesh. Now I am not dealing with, I started with Gyan's file, then I give all the diamonds, mixed one. And Siddhant doesn't know which came from Gyan, which came from Rajesh.
Okay.
Right? So what we created virtually is a model which was like Gyan. Okay? And I gave all diamonds. And I get total price P1. Right?
Mhm.
And like Rajesh. And give all diamonds and total price P2. If P1 is greater than P2, what does that mean?
So,
Because now both are doing full diamonds, right?
mhm. So the
That
model
means,
is wrong, correct? In that case,
pardon?
I mean the prediction is wrong, correct? If
Prediction is not wrong. Prediction is not wrong. The machine has learned to behave like Gyan. Machine has learned to behave like Rajesh.
okay,
If the total of the machine which was based on Gyan's experience gives me more yield than based on Rajesh's experience or vice versa,
mhm.
I know that somebody was better than the other, right? Theoretically. Practically, a lot of things are there.
Okay,
So theoretically, I was able to differentiate based on one parameter. So this was not the only model we did. We did a lot of other things, but this was the simplest thing we applied first. You understand what we did? We developed a model, machine learning model, and we passed data of one expert. And now I got a trained model. What is this? This is trained model. And then I pass all data and record the result. And this we did for all experts. And then we could rank the experts based on the result. So let us assume that however
So
defective.
can you please explain how a model looks like? I mean, is it just the same table of
Let us,
data?
right now I'm not discussing that. Let us look like the model is some black box which can learn to imitate like you.
Okay, it's a simulation of a kind of.
No, it stays 24 hours with you, and next day it walks like you, it talks like you, it sings like you, it does everything like you do. Okay.
Okay, it's a virtual kind of thing, virtual
Yes.
setup.
Yes.
So it gives only relative, right? Not the absolute.
What does that mean?
Once it behaves relative to some other, like in this case, like it will behave like GAN, like relative to that, not what GAN is going to give actual results.
Machine model does not have anything of its own when it starts. Okay, it doesn't know anything. It has stayed with you for 24 hours. It learned about you. It will behave like you.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
If I send him to another person, it will learn about him also, and then he will have a mix of that. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So what we did here, that we allowed model to learn only from one expert, so that it does not behave like another expert.
Okay.
Yes or no?
Yes.
And because it was machine model, it was not influenced by subjective opinion. Right? I can tell you in real life, you cannot apply this and go to a management and say, I will save your money. But this is real project we are working on. And so you understood what we are doing. We are trying to find out E1 to E100, who is the best, who was the worst, right? Rank. Now, why machine learning becomes important? Because there was no way earlier to learn the pattern of pricing of expert one. There was no way. Statisticians could do only one thing by removing E1 and taking the price, removing E2 and taking the price, but that was removing the information. That was not as if E was behaving like E2. So that is, yeah, that is major difference. That is why I say machine learning looks into future.
So then I would say like it's a kind of a structural match rather than kind of an exact match. Correct?
Yes, exactly. It learns from behavior. Okay. If robot is staying with you 24 hours, a phone call comes, you are not available, it will talk just like you. Okay. That call is new call. That is not call from the past which he can imitate. It is a new call, new conversation, but it will talk like you.
Okay.
So MIS is about past. And that is why every MIS, etc., is going to be rewritten. It is very important. I will come to this one, but before that, I want to finish that story. Our company is going through very bad phase. Okay, Gyan knows, and I don't want to disclose what bad phase our company is going through. Gyan is very close friend of ours. Okay, so he knows about that. But why I'm so upbeat about our company, despite going through bad phase? The salary of each experts, do you know? Can you guess how much? They are all in India. That's it. rupees 3 to 5 lakh per month. All India. Okay. How many are there? About 100. We have already shown them the difference in efficiency level. We call it efficiency level. Okay. Our target is in next 2 years, can we get rid of this? Can we reduce to 10? So if I give them 90 and so I will save their 3 lakh into 12, how much it is? Around 30, 36 into 90, how much? So 13, 2700 lakh. How much is it? 270 million rupees. Right? Lot of money. If they give me 1%, they will give me 27 lakh rupees. And why will they give me only 1%? I'll go to another diamond company and sell the same idea. Right? They will drive them out of market. Our objective is in next 10 years, reduce cost by 2%. Indian turnover is 1200 crores. If they do 2%, 24 crore they are saving every month, only from Indian operation. Okay, and their 90% of market is export market. So you can understand how much saving we are talking. Right? This is a potential of a simple model. Okay. What I wanted to highlight to you with this story, a lot of people think that machine learning is going to take away job of people who are at the bottom of pyramid. Yes, they are going to lose. But the most of jobs are going to be lost in the field of decision making. Okay. I was talking to a professor of NIFT. Okay. And we were discussing about how machine learning can be applied in fashion design. So he was not able to understand how machine learning can be applied. So let us look the scenario. There is not very good there is a skirt. Okay. I hope it is okay. Right? This is a skirt. Now, this is international brand. You are in, if you form a slipper of a US flag and walk with that, people will feel pride, right? You can create inner wears of that and still you can walk with pride. In India, just do it and you will be lynched. Okay. Both have different sensibilities. When they use a flag in US, they feel proud, whichever way, they feel associated. In India, we worship that. So international brand is there. Should you put red or green? Which one? So Zigender is a guy who works in fashion industry. And he is a SAP consultant, but he also works with fashion houses. So he was discussing with me about issues. He was telling that it is complete mess. One product is there and comes in 10 variations. And it is launched in 20 countries. You know what happens? And might be 10 cities each. What is happening? Somewhere a stock out is there and somewhere stocks are languishing and nobody is buying. Because the color combination is not right. Some color was selling in one market and they are lying as inventory in another market. So basically he was telling it is not one product. It is 1 into 10 into 20 into 10. These many products we launch and we don't know. Who decides? The guy decides at the top that send this much quantity to this market, this one to this market, this color to this market, this pattern to this market. Suppose you have data, what is going to happen? Data is going to tell you this color is going to be liked by this market. So now let us have same thing here. Okay, let us assume that you have this skirt, this dress. What happens? Which color you will give, which pattern you are going to give. So suppose you have Instagram and you are collecting all the feeds, and you want to see last 1 month which color of this type of dress has been liked by people. So you have color sensibility. If you have country, age profile, gender profile, you will also know which color is preferred by whom, by which reason. And then you have better idea which one will succeed. This all is done by an expert fashion designer sitting in that fashion house, because he has experience of launching 20 or 30 or 100 products. But if you have this single data, you can do much better than that expert designer. And his job is on the block. Okay. So that is introduction to machine learning. Another thing, you people have any question, please ask.
So how come we can say like from Instagram or from any other social media, we can get the respective data and provide it to provide for the dress?
How can we get is
will,
not the question. How can we will get is not the question. Data is already there, being collected by Instagram. You pay the money, they will give you. Okay, so data is not the issue. Now data is not the issue. Every Facebook post you put, every dress you wear is being scanned and stored. You know, Netflix has 80,000 categories of movies.
Yeah.
If you like Tom Hanks with Julia Roberts, or Tom Hanks in a comedy role, that is a genre. They have gone so fine-tuned that they have 80,000 categories. This is 4-5 years.
I got it. I'm not talking about the big data perspective. I'm talking about suppose there is a lot of data that we can take it from a social media, and we are putting that data into the machine learning, and from which we are applying it into the product, so that the fashion designer can lose the job. That's what we are trying to achieve it here using machine learning here, right? But in that case, like how come like we can say that it will succeed in the market based upon some analysis or based upon some behavioral things?
Because senior designer, right? 20 years experience. Okay. He has launched, every month he has launched one product. So how many? 1 into 20 into 12. 240 products, right?
Yes.
Machine can learn 240 million patterns in 1 day.
Okay.
There is no match between a senior designer and this. A senior designer. Okay, let me explain you with this. You have a car. Okay. This is driving wheel and you are sitting here. The guy you are driving, not very good, but assume that you are there, right? You get a phone call. You get distracted. You blink your eyes, you get distracted. You are not feeling well. Your senses are not working. You get distracted. Yes or no?
Yes.
A driverless car. What happens? He has 20 sensors to just see, right? 20 sensors to detect obstruction, 20 sensors to detect sound.
Mhm.
Who will do better? You or the driverless car? Go and check. Already driverless cars are causing much fewer accidents than a driver-driven cars.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Simply because you cannot match machine models.
Okay.
My son is 17. He knows a lot, and I'm not sure about his career. Why? At the age of 17, he is teaching engineering students. So I should be very proud of him. Unfortunately, the problem is that everything he does, I believe in 5 years, machine learning, machine driven models will do better.
But it cannot think like a human, correct? If in case like whatever
You
we
will,
have programmed,
you
if
will
it is
change.
not.
You will change your opinion in next 3 months.
So one question related to the previous, one of the previous question is about the data. Let's say one of the example how you were collecting data based on Instagram or somewhere, but still the data what you're collecting, you are not sure about the reliability of the data. Whether it's trending, that doesn't mean that it's correct, right? But in that case, the model will learn which is not supposed to be for the
Yeah,
futuristic
exactly.
purpose.
Your question can be answered in 2 parts.
Uh-huh.
First part I take first, human versus machine. Are they getting different data or same data?
Same data.
So, and human will make more mistakes. So given same data, machine will be superior. Okay. So if data is imperfect, then also machine will work better. That is first part of your part of answer to your question. Second part. Yes, data is imperfect, but the question is that data is taking decision. Okay. It is not about data is perfect or imperfect. It is about who is taking decision. Okay. And who is taking decision? Data is taking decision. That imperfect data is taking decision. Take example of Donald Trump and Mr. Modi. Okay. They will quote you same stats and tell you that we are doing fantastic job in controlling COVID. And in both places, opposition will quote same data and will tell you they are doing very bad job, right? It is data which is driving decision, bad or good. So it hardly matters whether data is perfect or not. But then third party is there, which is very important. You will also learn during these next 3 months that colonization, imperialism. I believe you people know these words. Yes or no?
Yes.
India was colony for 200 years of British, right?
Yes.
We talk of corporate imperialism. Okay. You will realize that what is happening. Let us go slightly into bandwidth was small. I started my first programming in 94. There used to be a floppy disk, 1.2 MB, big one. Okay, everything was there. So DOS was there. If you wanted word star, what do you have to do? Take out this out and this in. That was the case. Everything was here, no network. Came some network. Yes, browser came. World Wide Web came. Before that, networking. But network was just transferring data. Applications were still there. Applications were installed. Right? What happened? Then bandwidth, etc. became very high. So everybody had distributed applications. Okay. Data exchange, even interface description changed. Okay, and you came to www, browsers, and so on and so forth. You don't need interface descriptor. You don't need data. Everything is coming from network, right? You might see SAP or any ERP system or anything like even what is the SharePoint and so on and so forth. Lotus Notes was the predecessor of that, and so on and so forth. Fine. Then people realize that look, this very much like say SAP. One SAP server is there, many clients are there, and they are working. Data and UI both are coming from there. Nothing is here in client. You are working. Some people decided, look, client 1, SAP server 1, client 2, SAP server 2, SAP server 2. Don't make sense. So came something like Salesforce. What they did, they have one server and they started subscription. Don't install anything. What do you have? Client 1, client 2, client 3. Then somebody realized that look, these companies are having, Salesforce is having its own server, this, that. So what they did, Amazon came or Google came. They told you don't do. I give you data warehouse. I gave you a storage. I give you servers also. And then came serverless computing. Right?
Yes.
Now you do a small thing and you are expert. You know Dropbox. Take example of Dropbox. What was the objective of that guy? If you people have any question, please interrupt me. Dropbox. This guy was working at 3 places. He had a mobile. Okay, he had also a laptop, and he was having problem. What was problem? He had to copy data, right? Take in floppy or something. It was difficult. So what he did, he created a network place. And he wrote an application, and now application was doing it, right? So this was a server. Then Amazon came, told why you are keeping your business is growing. I give you a storage. So S3 came and Dropbox application was there, and it was now storing all data here, and clients were doing like this, right? Yes or no?
Mhm.
Then what happened? Somebody came and told, look, your sharing and encryption is a problem. So I'm giving you one application for collaborating. Okay. So this guy does only collaborating. What does he do? It gave an application where you can search, you can keep a track of who is changing and collaborate. So Dropbox application became not an application, but an aggregator of service. Now Dropbox does not have anything of its own. It does only aggregation. Everything is being provided. Save file is coming from me. Retrieve file, search file, everything is coming from third party. This is aggregate, right? The last phase was, which is right now visible, is that Amazon or any big service provider thought, why this guy will remain? I don't want them. So provide a platform for services. Okay, all gone. So what happens? AWS is there. Somebody is saying how to save, how to search, how to share. And everybody is writing a small application, and this guy became aggregator. And now data is here. Now, every data is being stored by big companies. You will be surprised to know that all machine learning models come from Facebook, Google, Amazon, well, Netflix, etc. All big companies you name, and they monopolize all machine learning models. Why? Take example of Bing search and Google search. Which search you use? Can you people tell me? Bing search or
Google search.
Google?
Google.
Search.
Everybody?
Yes.
Gyan, despite being
Yes.
lifelong Microsoft technocrat, he is using Google search. Why? Not because Bing search does not have intelligent people. Bing search cannot write the algorithm which Google can write. In fact, one point of time, Google search had joined Microsoft. Okay, but that did not change the fortune of Bing, simply because Google has huge data which Bing does not have. Okay, you will see pre-trained models. Pre-trained models. In the ongoing batch, I was teaching them, you are having a mobile, you say, call me when, and you are there. What your mobile suggests you to type here? Suppose you are typing this message, what is most likely thing it will suggest you?
The recent history, what you have used.
You tell me. Suppose you are typing, what you are likely to get, or take your mobile and just type.
Let me try.
All of you, if you have mobile, please try.
The first letter is coming is U.
Yeah, when you are free. Everybody is getting, or somebody is getting something different? Siddharth, Rajesh, Siddhant.
No.
Yeah.
Everybody is getting similar thing. How does it know that you should type U? Because the mobile service provider has trained its model with billions of sentences. Okay? Every time you typed, it has recorded. And it knows how many times you type these three words, fourth word is what? So it has 0.9 probability that you will type U, and it suggests you, and 90% of time is right. The secret is the knowing the pattern of billions of sentences, which record only they have and you don't have. And that is why you cannot drive them out of competition. Okay. The secret is not, I can also develop a machine learning model. Look, what I'm doing, I'm trying to re-enter something called SEO. I don't know whether you people know it or not. Search engine optimization. What happens when you type in Google Indian restaurant? You get some restaurants on first page, some on second page, some on third page, right?
Yes.
Hi guys. Rajesh, you promised that you will talk. Siddhant also told me. Siddharth also told me, but they are
Yes.
silent. If you don't ask me, you don't learn. Okay? So SEO is all about who appears on rank 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. But this time we are not writing content manually. What I have done, suppose I am doing law website. I'm going to Google continuously, and I have scanned 50,000 law websites. and I know all their page headings, etc. I know all the patterns. Whichever comes first, I know I have ranked day wise, and I'm trying to find out which keyword is trending right now. And I'm going to pick up all those paragraphs and create my own paragraph, and my machine is going to write the website content every day. I'm not going to write. When we were running around 25 people as your team, my 50% cost was content writers. This time I don't need to pay content writer in even 10%. That is kind of automation, all due to data. And who has more data? Google. You will be surprised to know that Keras, which will be 50% of your course, is having more than 50% market share. This is more than market share. And who owns this? Can anybody guess? Hello.
Google.
Yes, you're right.
Google.
It's Google. Okay. The best Facebook best image recognition software is owned by Google, Facebook, right?
Mhm.
So that answers you about data third part. Okay. What else? If you will ask question, fine. Otherwise, my introduction to machine learning is over. I am going to start something to write code.
So I understood what is machine learning, but like there are some confusions still. One question which is asked by Jan. How come we can assure that the data is correct, even though the machine is going to write the content every day? So I mean, like,
I
how come we can?
I answered that. Data is correct or incorrect becomes irrelevant. Okay. Processed information. Who is processing? Human versus machine? Yes or no?
That is correct. But for example, if you are typing in a calculator, okay, 5 plus 2 equal to 7. So
let us not beat around bush. What do you do today? Tell me.
No. What I am trying to tell, if
is it Rajesh or Siddharth or
Rajesh?
Rajesh, what you do? You are a program manager, right? You deal with people.
Yeah.
You deal with people. Let us assume you deal with people. Okay? Which is most difficult part of managing. So how do you assign a job to one person? Suppose you have a job and you have A and B, two people. How do you decide it will go to A or B?
So we will identify what is their strength and skills. So based upon that, we will be assigning the job.
Strength and skill you have acquired over the period, right?
Yeah.
By watching him, by talking to him, by collecting which person did what job, right?
Yeah, we will assess their skills based upon a period, and we will be assigning the task to them.
Cannot be collected by a machine.
Sorry, can you come again?
Everything you have collected about A and B over the period of time to enable you to take a better decision, that job will go to A or B, that data cannot be collected by machine?
That can be collected by machine, but if there is a new thing comes, right? If, for example, whatever the daily activities they are doing, it's okay.
When new thing comes, what you do? You apply your old pattern to new data, and you take decision the same way as old pattern, right? Or you develop a new pattern. You don't. And machine will have more deterministic pattern. It will make less mistakes. It will remember every mistake it made. You will not remember. You will make more mistakes. I'm very sure that top and middle management is going to be hit hard by machine learning. Note down today's date and mark my words. 70% of jobs in 10 years lost without replacement in top management. 70%. You see a typical manager at the country head. What does he do? Suppose he is a manager in big e-commerce. What does he do? He decides where to send product, which product to launch, which vendor to prefer, what sales, what advertisement, targeting, etc. Yes or no? One person, very busy. He often makes mistakes, and there is no way to know he made mistake or not. For everything, you have a machine model. Not machine model, 100 machine models. Basically, what happens? Why? Let us take one more example. Suppose a patient is there, okay, and his pathological report says, for simplicity, take 3 parameters: hypertension, heart, and diabetes. Okay, 0 to 5 for simplicity. 0 is good and 5 is bad. Do you understand?
Yeah.
0, 3, and 4. Surgery or not? That is the question. This pathological report goes to a Dr. 1, and he says surgery. Suppose you are there, what will you do? Will you go for surgery, or you will take second opinion? Suppose it is very costly.
I'm not a doctor, so I couldn't say this, but I mean, like,
No. This is very important to highlight what a machine learning model does. So what happens? You answer me. Suppose the surgery is risky, very costly. What will you do? You'll go for second opinion, or you will go for surgery?
We'll go for second opinion.
What is second opinion? Another doctor with different experience, and he will tell you different things. Yes?
Yes.
Basically, he is not doing anything. He is giving different.
We will consult with the most experienced doctor.
So you will experience with concern with 3 doctors? Yes or no?
Yes. So we will
Yes.
check with our top doctors, or I mean.
You have gone to interview process. 3 parameters: years of experience, okay, qualification, and interview. 3 marks are there. There are 3 people. There is 3 panel selector. After interview is over, will they behave differently? Suppose somebody got 70, 80, and 90. Over the period, he has seen 50%, 60%, 70%. He gives 60%, 70%, 50%. And this guy gives weightage of 50%, 50%, and 50%. They all will be different? Yes or no?
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. So what happens? They will give different decisions. And then after recruited, the HR gives feedback. HR feedback. And they start revising. No, 55%, 40%, 80%.
Anyone please go on mute, some disturbance is there.
Sorry. I'm not very sure. Yeah. So now, is it okay now?
Yeah, now it is better.
Okay, good. So what I'm saying, that what people do, they revise their weightage, right?
But before going ahead with HR, they will collectively sit there and finalize it, right? So
Okay.
whether the candidate is good or not.
No, let us assume you went to interview, okay, and you failed. You go to next interview. What do you do?
So once if I go interview and failed, then okay. If so, we obviously they will provide a feedback. Based upon the feedback, we will figure out
Exactly.
what exactly lacking.
Based on feedback, you will try to strengthen some area, try to speak better, try to improve your technical skills, right? Suppose
Yes.
you go to next interview. You will do again different things. Basically, what you are doing, you are adjusting weightage of your tech skill, behavioral skill, okay, other skills, and so on and so forth, based on what you experience, right? What happens, as I was telling you about a doctor is nothing but a perception of weightage. Somebody feels sedent lifestyle is very deadly. Somebody feels, oh no, yeah, as long as you are not smoking, not drinking, you are fine. Somebody says that your hypertension is bad. Somebody says, look, don't worry about hypertension. Everybody has these days. You should take care of other things. So everybody has different parameter, and they are nothing but weightage. We will learn. What if I have 100 million virtual doctors? They adjust their weightage based on the feedback. Suppose I have 1 million record past patient records, okay, records. What happens? So they have hypertension, they have cardiac, and they, tell me third thing, anything, and lifestyle. Let us assume quotient 0, 1, 2, 3, and so forth. And diagnosis was surgery, yes or no? And if no, what happened? If yes, what happened? Everything is there, right? Some doctor might have done 10, 20, 100, 200, 300, 500 cases. He knows 500. Plus, he might have heard from others. This machine learning model can develop a pattern of millions of records in a day. And when you give it, it will make less mistake than a real doctor. That is why you will see molecular biology, drug discovery, rocket science, space research, everywhere machine learning is being used. Not because they are intelligent, because they can recognize pattern. That's so. Let us assume that Rajesh, you need $5,000 urgent today. How many close friends you have, which you can you can ask?
Yeah, I have some friends. Okay, I can ask them.
How many?
Not like we can say 5.
5. So friend 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm very sure.
I am okay with your suggestion, but the problem is like from when it comes to human perspective, there will be a lot of inexperienced doctors as well, right? So if more inexperienced,
that is why not only inexperienced doctors, the experienced doctors also will have. How many surgeries a doctor might have done? 200, 300, 500, right? I have a senior liver transplant surgeon here, okay?
Because for the space and all, there is no, I mean, like if they are taking it into consideration, it's fine. But when it deals with human life and all, then in that case, whether machine learning
life better than a human being. That is what I'm trying to tell you. You are trying to question that it cannot behave like human mind. I'm telling you it will behave better than human mind. Simply because human mind is very ill-equipped in recognizing the pattern. You destroy the patterns, your memory is limited, which is not with machine. A doctor might learn about 5,000 cases in his lifetime. A machine learns in one day, and everything exactly same. Anyway, what I was telling you, that for $5,000, you ask 5 friends, and you have different parameters. Somebody might have helped you last time. You might have helped somebody last time. You trust that he is closer to you. All those weightages are important. And machine learning model is, I call it an automatic run given to a kid. Why? It is so easy. Okay. So any other question? If you people don't have, then I want to go back and write first program. Otherwise, and we will continue to discuss other things.
Yeah, we are good. I mean, I'm good.
So everybody, can you log on to the machine? You should be going there, and it will ask you user ID and password. You should. I have given you all this one, and Gyan you have already that.
Yeah, I already logged in here.
So when you log in, you should be in this screen. Somebody is not able to log in, then I can help you.
Yeah, actually, it's a username and the password it is asking.
Username I gave you, it is Rajesh, right?
Okay, let me check.
Username I have given you, I'll repeat.
Yeah, I have it.
Last one is Siddhant. Siddhant, I hope your spelling is correct. Siddhant. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so Siddhant, you can try Siddhant and log in. And then other people are Rajesh and Siddharth. Sidharth. Are you logged in?
Yeah, I'm able to log in to the Jupyter Hub, but there is no file.
Yeah, there will be no file.
Okay.
For me, it's saying incorrect, invalid username password.
Who is it?
Siddharth.
Siddharth. See your spelling. I don't know. I wrote correctly on it. Sidharth.
Yeah, that's correct.
So give your user ID and any password.
Yeah, now,
Sidharth.
yeah, I can log in now.
Siddhant.
No, the page is not loading for me.
Page is not loading. Try once again. Are you giving 140.82.61.153:8080?
Yes.
Still not loading?
No.
So what we will do, we will come back to you. Okay. Is it giving you timeout?
Yeah, kind of. It's saying that the connection was reset or something like that, and the site might be unavailable.
Would you like to share your screen?
Yeah, sure.
So I'm making you presenter. These things are being recorded. You will get recording on the website, and we will send you link in WhatsApp also.
Okay, sure. Yeah, this is just what I'm getting. I have the URL up here.
And you are giving AT80, right?
Yeah.
Can you open another browser and see? Sometimes it happens. Not the same browser, like you have Firefox or Chrome, something.
Yeah,
Same
same
thing.
problem with Chrome.
Okay, what I will do, after this session, we can fix it. Okay?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll just watch this time then.
Yeah. So what we are doing, you see, here, all of you have connected. Please go and create the first notebook. This is an editor. We'll be talking about other things. I have 12 minutes. So this is an editor, and most of programs we will write here. This is easy. This is intuitive. You can write code and see the output. Okay.
Hey, are you sharing your screen?
Oh, I'm not sharing a screen. I think I'm sharing a screen. No.
So we are not able
No.
to see.
Oh, I'm sorry. Till now you were not seeing whatever I was writing.
No.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Not in this edit.
I gave control to Siddharth. Sorry. That's it. Now you are able.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So please click this new, and you will see here Python 3. This Jupyter supports multiple languages, but you will be doing almost all the programming in Python 3. We can teach you R and Scala if you wish, but that will be after finishing the course, and we will not charge you for that. Okay, but stick to Python 3. I doubt that you will ever need R and Scala. Okay, so click that Python 3, and you should be here. Oh, it's saying me. Are you people also getting? It is telling me you are not allowed to. Are you people getting something like notebook?
I got the
or?
notepad. Yeah.
I got a in parameter. Is that the one? In parameter is the input program.
Just a moment. It is saying me you are not allowed. Interesting. Yeah. Are you getting like this, or somebody is not getting?
Yes.
Yeah, we are getting that one.
So click here, and you can change the notebook. So you write something. I'm writing introduction.
So where exactly we need to click? Can you repeat it?
Here.
Okay.
This place. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. And I'll tell you, you people should be familiar. This is save button. Okay. This is run, and this is a stop. Okay.
So what is this editor is called? Is it a kernel or
Jupyter?
Okay, Jupyter. Okay.
Okay. Hub is multiple people. You will be installing local machine, but a lot of issues are there. Okay. Windows is highly unstable system. Okay. So you cannot do anything meaningful in Windows. Okay.
Okay.
This is open source or?
This is open source.
Okay.
Okay. This is open source. Okay.
As I told you about imperialism in machine learning, the best thing is that so far big players have been forced to release their all frameworks in open source, including everything, Keras and convoluted network, etc. Anything, Gensym and NLTK, everything is open source. Why there is rapid growth in machine learning? Because this is not proprietary. So anybody can come like me. I can come, use their models, and create something new, which was not possible.
Where the server is running. So here I could see an IP address and port number.
This is our server, but I would advise you people to go and spend $10 and do it yourself. Okay. But for the time being, I've given you this. That will be too much to ask today, but it is 10-minute job. So in this week, anybody is interested, I will move, because this server has only 2 GB RAM.
Yeah, carry on. I was just asking.
Yeah. So here, so let us understand. Save is there, run is there, stop is there. Okay. First thing we will click it. One thing I'll show you. If I click inside this cell, it becomes green. That means we can type something. Okay. If you click on the border, it becomes blue. Can you people do it? Green and blue. This is in input mode. Blue is in green is input mode, and green blue is command mode. When blue, type A, what you see?
New line.
B, new one. And then you can use this to cut and delete. Are we clear? You can add plus to add. Okay. So you people are experienced professionals, except Siddhant. So I will be concentrating more on Siddhant about all these things, and I believe he also might be familiar with that. But I believe for you people, it should be intuitive. Only 2 things I want to say more. This markdown is comment. So create markdown and just type has introduction and run it. Okay. Run it. Whoever is not able to do, please let me know. Second, also create markdown, and this time give 2 hashes. My first Python script.
The first time we need to provide only 1 hash, correct?
Yeah, I just want you to see the difference.
Yeah.
It is a smaller. So if you give 3, it is a smaller. So it is heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. Okay.
For me, it's coming as hash introduction after clicking run.
Okay, you see here, markdown you have to change. Do you see my screen?
Yeah.
So when you are in this, if you give code and run, it will come like this. But when you change it to markdown, then it will come.
Okay.
Yeah, so we need to put a run.
Change markdown and run. Who is having problem? Can I come to you? Who is having problem?
Yes, it was me, Siddharth.
Siddharth. So Siddharth, I'm coming to you.
Okay.
And
I'm also having the problem.
Okay, Siddharth, please share your.
So I think after the hash, you need to put a space.
Yeah, has put a space. Yes, very important.
Okay, that's the problem.
I'm sharing, Thakur.
Yeah, double click that. Yeah, has a space.
Oh, it was like
I'm sorry,
okay.
my mistake.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah,
Now
now
you
it's
understand.
coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm coming back to my screen.
Actually,
so
I'm not able to. Maybe
that is about comment. So has heading 1. That is H1. H1. Double has smaller font H2. Triple has H3. So this way you can do, and we will keep on learning how to do. These are markdown languages. But the third cell, please leave as code. Please leave this as code. Okay, and write that write that famous word print. This is bracket, run it, nothing happens. So in next cell, write print, double quote. Please don't forget to write double quote hello world. That's it. Anybody is not able to do, please let me know. Anybody having problem?
No.
Remember, this is markdown. This is markdown. This is code, and this is code. Code you can run, and markdown is just comment. Everybody done?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we are going to use this. Okay, what you are going to learn is, you are going to learn how to write code here, how to do data pre-processing, etc. We'll talk more about tomorrow. Today was about what is based of machine learning. Okay.
So can we write only one line of code?
Now,
Can we write?
Yeah, we will discuss tomorrow, but
Okay.
you need not. Say print hi. Print I live in Hyderabad. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you can combine and do all these things. I'm very sure that your first Python script was not very difficult. Okay, many of you already know it. So I think Siddhant also knows, right? Siddhant? Siddhant?
Yes, yes,
You know?
I'm familiar. Yes.
Okay. So anyway, so we are going to learn about script, etc. I have 1 minute. Can I take your 2-3 minutes more?
Yeah.
Sure. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Anybody is in a hurry?
No.
No.
If not in hurry, I want to show you how a machine learning model will look like. Why I call that very dangerous. Okay. So I'm showing you Boston housing data. Okay. And this kind of you will write. You will see we are using TensorFlow. This is from Google. And TensorFlow has inside that is Keras, which is the most popular deep learning framework. Okay. So we are using that. We are using Keras from TensorFlow. From TensorFlow, you are using Keras. And then we are using NumPy, you will learn. We are loading Boston data from cloud. From cloud, we are loading Boston data. And Boston data is like this. Something is there, how many bedrooms, how many, what area, what is tax, and how many people live, and so on and so forth. What is the age? So different parameters are there. Okay, and this is what you will be doing. This is your model. So we create a model. This is our model, and we have different layers. And data passes from one layer to another layer to another layer to another layer, and final output is that. That is all. You'll see this is the layer. This is the model with 4 layers. And then we are compiling, we are running, we are passing the input data, training, and we are doing prediction. It is so easy. Believe me, why it is so dangerous? If I change this data, suppose this is housing data, I bring pictures and I tell it to classify, it will do that also without changing any line of code. I don't need to change. If I give text and tell it to classify, it will do that also. You understand? If I tell it to detect the spam, it will do. The problem is that machine learning models behave exactly like human brains. They go to fundamental level of patterns and they don't recognize anything. For them, X data is no different from Y data. They just look at, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there, and 9, 10, 11, 12 is there. So 57, what will be next? It will tell you 58. It doesn't know anything about data. It knows that every time it is increased 1. And that is dangerous about machine learning. If I change the data, if I change data, if I put a stock market data, it will start predicting stock prices. Okay, that is why it is so dangerous. And that is why it is a big threat to human beings. Now as more and more I read, more and more I study, more and more I work with machine learning models, I get more scared. 2 years back, I was not as scared. 2 years down the line, I'm very, very scared. So that's it for today. Siddhant can stay back, okay? And rest of people can leave if they want. Any question anybody has? I'll answer, otherwise I'll stop.
So where exactly this recording will be available if in case you need to?
I'm going to send you a link in WhatsApp, okay?
Okay.
And I'll put on the website also. I'm trying to put a different website, okay? So I have developed a new frame.
Can you share this link as well, the one which you have shown the program? So just to share
all the problems, I'm going to share the link. They are on our website, okay?
Okay.
We have thousands of documentation, okay? So don't worry about that. You will get it. Training.accelerations.com. You go, okay? Because it is you are new, you may not be able to find out. You see repository, you see machine learning.
Okay.
You go there. I'm giving you that code URL right now, but that may not be very useful right now. After 2-3 days, it will be useful.
Okay.
Okay. All the people who are sending me messages, I'm not very sure I see every time, so I'm sorry for not responding. So when we are talking, please just speak. That will be better. And you see here, search is not enabled right now, but it will be very soon. Okay. So this is where we were discussing. This is all the files you will get from here. Okay. This was the one we were discussing. Okay. This is JSON data you open in Jupyter, it opens that way. Okay. So it might not be useful. This is available right now in public. We are trying to put a login, but it will be available in public for the time being. Any other question anybody has?
No, I'll drop off.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
and give me honest feedback. If you people don't like something, I want honest feedback so that we can do something better. If you keep silent, I'll teach you. I don't teach any two batches in same way. Okay, it is driven by you people. So if you ask questions, I'll answer you. If you don't ask questions, I will go through the course content. Okay.
Sure.
One question here. I don't know others what are their skill level and all, but is there any prerequisites to know before we start with, or like basic Python or any language or anything?
Not even basic Python. First 2 weeks you are going to be bored because I'm going through all the Python things. Okay.
Sure.
But you should be there because we will be talking more about machine learning context. Okay, I'm not going to teach you plain vanilla Python because I know you people have come for machine learning. If somebody comes for Python, I tell them inbuilt library, language features, etc. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk specifically about Python, which you can use in machine learning. So everything I teach you will be directed towards machine learning.
Yep.
Okay.
Got it.
And no prerequisite. Only thing you should be able to work with GoToMeeting and what is called Open Editor, etc. That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? Anybody?
No.
Siddhant, you
no,
want to spend some time or you want to drop off? I would be very happy to help you.
I have an IDE that I work with already, so it might not be
You
necessary.
have Jupyter ID
I have IntelliJ.
in your college?
On my computer.
Okay, see, is it Windows or Mac?
It's Windows.
Okay, then you have to go back to that because Windows, the problem is that a lot of software does not install. Okay.
Okay.
So you will see first few will be fine, and after that most of them will tell you that this is missing, that is missing, and this will not work. Okay, so there are two things. Try once again. If you have 10 minutes time, we can do. Otherwise, we will try tomorrow. What do you want?
I have something to do, so maybe we can try tomorrow.
So try once again. I'm not very sure why it is not working. Okay, Rajesh and Siddharth, you want to stay, you can stay. You want to drop off, you can drop off.
Sure, Thakur. I'll drop off. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll meet tomorrow.
Thanks a lot and give me honest feedback. Don't forget.
Sure.
Sure.